It's a victory lap for President Trump on Capitol Hill. He hit hard on things like border security, slashing the federal workforce. Later on this morning, we're actually going to talk to one of the special guests that the First Lady personally invited to sit with her. But the other big headline was the Democratic resistance. Congressman Al Green kicked out of the Capitol for disrupting the speech. Images going viral of the Texas Democrat shaking his cane at the president last night. I want to get straight to Robert Sherman in Washington for more on this unforgettable evening in Congress. Robert, it's like, where do you begin, right? We knew the economy would be a major part of the president's speech. How did he sell his economic agenda to Americans?
Yeah, that was a big part of it, Markie. Here we are roughly 6 weeks into President Trump's second term as commander-in-chief. The executive orders, the bilateral meetings with world leaders, a lot has certainly happened already. And this was the president's opportunity to tout policy successes in the early days of his presidency and chart a path forward, with the theme of his speech being the renewal of the American dream.
It has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country.
But amid a day in which he went back and forth with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau over tariffs, and the Canadians accused him of starting a trade war, the president leaned into it, framing his trade policy as the start of something new.
If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before.
And it wasn't just the economy. The president also focusing in on immigration and foreign affairs as cornerstones of his administration. Markie?
And Robert, I'm curious, how did Democrats frame the country's current state in their responses to the president last night?
Well, obviously, they have a very different view of everything that's going on right now. And it was Alyssa Slotkin, the senator from Michigan, who is given the task of offering up the official rebuttal on the Democratic stance. And of course, the economy, something that Democrats are really trying to home in on. This is what she had to say in her remarks.
Grocery and home prices are going up, not down. And he hasn't laid out a credible plan to deal with either of those. His tariffs on allies like Canada will raise prices on energy, lumber, and cars, and start a trade war that will hurt manufacturing and farmers.
And then, of course, there were moments such as this. Congressman Al Green of Texas raising his voice at the president during his speech and being removed from Capitol Hill during those remarks as well. There were a few moments like that that you saw throughout the evening here, throughout the entirety of the president's, as you said, over hour-and-a-half long speech. Markie?
Yeah, it's a big night. We'll be breaking it all down throughout the entirety of this show as well. Robert, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.